want a piece of me?
Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
Good morning, Vietnam! I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
I feel the need for speed.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Love means never having to say you're sorry.
You do? You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
What up, film fans? Happy Tuesday. Welcome to episode 383. Welcome to One Battle After Another. You're listening to another new episode of the Cine-Men Movie Podcast. I am your host, Juan, and I am joined by the other host, the
other battle.
Yeah. Zachary Binks, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. How about you, man? Did you have a good weekend? I guess sounds like we both survived the tundra of 2026.
Dude, don't get me started. Okay, first off, I'm taking new medication. It's already making me irritable. Second off, I go to the store on Thursday. I shouldn't have. That's the first mistake I made. Okay, I went to the store. And it's just like it is on social media and the news. Why is everybody just... I went there for four things.
Also,
Two of them were gone. And I'm like, why?
mm-hmm.
I have no faith in humanity if we are ever facing extinction. Never. No faith. Zero faith whatsoever. And then, I don't know, let's just take the brakes off, okay? So not only do I have zero faith in humanity because of this winter storm that happened in like 24 states, but then I have no faith in humanity because of what is happening in Minnesota. I had to bring it up. I know it's a touchy subject for some people, but for a lot of us listening or who's watching, thank you for watching us on Emisawa Productions YouTube channel, Facebook Live. This has to stop. Like, what are we talking about today? This movie is about a revolution.
Yep.
And what's going on today is not only like scary, it's not only like harmful, it's not right, it's inhumane, but what's going on right now is downright frightening, and it's embarrassing for us to call ourselves the United States of America, and this continues to happen. It's been happening for decades. Okay, let's not sell ourselves short. It's been happening way back when, but for it to continue to happen this way in this manner is a joke.
Yeah, it's scary times, man. And as usual, we don't plan this. We pick a movie that's kind of the subject matter is kind of the topic of conversation.
But it makes you, like, if I can be honest, it makes me want to just give up in general.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point in paying to have water? What's the point in paying to have electricity? What's the point in paying these federal taxes, these state taxes, if depending on what my last name is or my daughter's last name, who's afraid to go to school right now. So thank God that the streets have been so frozen she hasn't had to go to school.
Mm-hmm.
But she's so upset right now because of her last name. And I'm like, what year is this? What country is this? Why is this even happening?
Is that true? Your daughter's afraid to go to school because of her last name?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm not gonna make this up or sugarcoat it to get a few extra more clicks or views. But what's going on is complete embarrassment to this country. My dad served in the United States military. I know we have a lot of overseas listeners, and we have a lot of listeners that are on military bases. But right now, it's an embarrassment.
Yeah.
It's a mockery.
I don't know. And and the worst part about it is, dude, I don't even know what the answer is, to be quite honest. Like, how to fix any of it.
There's no way. Look, little Mijo back there is getting in the bunker right now.
There you go. See how you got all your Blu-rays ready to go in case you have to get underground.
Yeah. But what a boom to start the show off. I didn't mean to. I didn't apologize. If anybody did not listen to last week's episode, we talked all about vertigo, aka anxiety. So if you did not listen to last week's episode, go back, check it out. It was a fun conversation me and Zach had all about what is your obsessed with Neighbors 2?
That's a very good question.
Yeah.
I thought we talked about Neighbors 2 last week.
So we're talking vertigo last week, and we had a really good conversation about mental health, and also where Alfred Hitchcock would have like maybe ventured in certain times of his directorial state being maybe as far as he was. But yeah, go back and listen to last week's episode. You can listen to it wherever you listen to podcasts at. You can also check it out on all of these social media. Facebook.com/The Cine-Men Movie Podcast. The Instagram is all one word / The Cine-Men Movie Podcast. X is at Cine-Men405. Email CINE921 at gmail.com. So yeah, go back and listen to last week's episode. Zach, before we get into a jam-packed show with one battle after another, the top 5, what are some of the recent watches that you might have checked out this weekend since you were stuck inside?
So not much, man. Honestly, one battle after another for today's episode. Still watching The Pits. I watched the first episode of. Did you ever see the show, The Hunting Party? Where it's like a police group that hunts like serial killers that escaped from this like maximum security prison. It was on. I guess technically it's still on NBC, but you can stream it on the Peacock.
Interesting. I have not.
Watch the first episode of that. It's actually pretty good. It'll be like a procedural type show. And then I went and saw Mercy, the new Chris Pratt AI like movie. Honestly, it really wasn't that bad. Like I was expecting garbage. Like go ahead and talk about our top 10 worst movies of next year.
Yeah. That's what I'm expecting.
It's fine, you know. I wasn't expecting much. It's only like an hour and 40 minutes, so you're in and out. So yeah, I mean, it was kind of a cool, interesting concept, but I felt like it wasn't like fulfilled in what it was like, what it wanted to do. So, what about you?
I actually got a lot of watching into my weekend. I checked out. If you would have stopped me on anything, let me know. Weapons, Tron Ares, Together, one battle after another for today's episode. I rewatched Begonia, Conjuring 4.
What'd you think?
So Conjuring 4, if we could go back, that was the only episode last year that I was on that I did not watch. I rewatched it this week. I watched it this week for the first time, and I kind of thought it was okay. I put it like right in that mix. I think I gave it a 3 out of 5. I think I gave it a 3 out of 5. Completely, to me, it was way head over heels better than 3.
Than what you thought.
Yeah. I rewatched Begonia. I absolutely love Begonia. It's interesting to see where that's going to fit. I can guarantee it's going to be in the top 5 for sure.
Oh, we'll go ahead and preview for our 2025 review episode.
Yeah. And then today I checked out Train Dreams and Caught Stealing on Netflix.
Train Dreams, and what was the other thing?
Caught Stealing.
Oh, Caught Stealing, the Austin Butler movie. Okay.
Yeah, I thought that was okay. I gave it a 2.
What do you think of Train Dreams?
It felt like what's that movie me and you did, the A24 movie, Cow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or First Cow, yeah.
Yeah, it felt like that very, very heavily. I thought the acting was pretty good by Joel Egerton. I feel like he should have got a nom, but he didn't. I thought the cinematography was incredible. I gave it a 3, but I'll never, ever watch it again.
Yeah.
That might be this year's Power of the Dog for me.
Oh. I don't think it's on that level, but yeah.
But I didn't hate it though, and the reason I didn't hate it is because it's an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah, you're in, you're out, and that's what I liked about it.
Tron Ares was garbage. I gave it a 1.5 stars. Together, I thought was really good. I gave it 3.5. Weapons. After the rewatch, I really enjoyed the second time around.
Yeah. I think
Um,
I rewatched it a couple weeks ago, and I think I said the exact same thing. So
yeah, I thought it was a really good watch.
So
I think I've lost Zach. Zach, are you
no,
there?
I'm still here.
So yeah. Other than that, I think that's all I really checked out. And then, of course, we're going to get ready to get into one battle after another. But let's check out. We have a top five, and we didn't have a top five planned, but after the noms came out, I was like, I have to talk about this. So we're about to get ready to talk our top five Oscar snubs for this year. So Zach, I think you're going to go over the Oscar nominations, which led me into my rant in my head.
Yep.
And then I sent you a message. I'm like, let's discuss this. I think it's going to be fun.
Now, I might have jarred the line a little bit because did you mean like I should have prefaced this? Did you mean like just that for this year's Oscars or just Oscars in general? What type of snubs?
Just this year.
Oh, this year. Well,
yeah.
Okay. Because I did like of all time. I didn't really think about this year.
That's fine. That can be considered your list. That's cool. We can definitely talk about mine. You can ask me some questions if you want. So, What stood out about the Oscar nominations? And I know you're gonna talk about the big ones. So, what were the nominations this year?
So, overall nominations wise, not a lot of surprises. The biggest, I think, probably the headliner, which was all over the world, was Sinners got 16 nominations, and that is the most record-wise of any film in Oscar history. Titanic and Ben-Hur got 11 nominations or 12 nominations, but this is the Sinners broke the chain on that. So we're going to do the main four categories: actor, actress, director, and best picture. So best actress in a leading role, Jessie Buckley for Hamnet, Rose Byrne for If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, Kate Hudson for Sung Blue, Renee Redis for Sentiment of Value, and your girl Emma Stone for Begonia. For best actor in a leading role, Timothée Chalamet for Marty Supreme, Leo for One Battle After Another, Ethan Hawke for Blue Moon, Michael B. Jordan for Sinners, and Wagner Moura for The Secret Agents. Best directing, Chloe Zhao for Hamnet, Josh Safdie for Marty Supreme, Paul Thomas Anderson for One Battle After Another, Joachim Trier for Sentiment of Value, and Ryan Coogler for Sinners. And then your 10 Best Picture nominees, which we have a couple of surprises in here, which is cool. Begonia,
seen it.
F1,
seen it.
Frankenstein,
seen it.
Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, The Secret Agents, Sentimental Value, Sinners,
seen it,
and Train Dreams.
Seen it.
So out of all those, I'm proud of myself. I got 8 out of the 10. So the only ones I haven't seen is The Secret Agent and Sentimental Value.
I haven't seen those two or Marty Supreme.
I think the biggest one for me, the biggest surprise was F1 getting a nomination, which is cool. Go back and listen to the episode a couple weeks ago. I really, really want to say that it's gonna come down between Sinners and One Battle, but I don't know, man. I'd really like to see Frankenstein win Best Picture, because we both thoroughly enjoyed that movie.
Let's talk a top 5. I don't have any honorable mentions, but on my list is my top 5 Oscar snubs for this year.
Okay.
Do you want to go back and forth, or do you want me to go through all my 5?
We'll just rapid fire. Go ahead and go through yours.
My number 5 is that Ari Aster's work didn't get nominated for anything, whether it be directing, cinematography, whatever. Jesse Plemons did not get nominated for Best Actor. Die My Love did not get nominated for Best Picture.
Yeah. I know what your number 1 is, so go ahead.
Number 2, Robert Pattinson did not get nominated for Best Actor. And number 1, I said it on the freaking Frankenstein episode, that if Del Toro does not get nominated for Best Director, I'm not watching the Oscars this year.
Well, we just went through directing, so I guess you won't be.
I'm not watching the Oscars this year. I think that's the dumbest choice that you can put together through all of these nominees. Congratulations to all the nominees. I can't do any better. But for Del Toro not to get nominated for this line of work, I think is stupid. And I think that the Academy, at this point, they've been considered a joke for the last 20 years. Something like this really does make him a joke, because out of everything he's done, look at all the practical stuff he did with this film, the makeup, the special effects, the story. And yeah, I think it's stupid.
Well, I mean, he didn't get, I totally agree with you. He didn't get nominated for director, but he did get nominated for Best Adapted Screenplay. So, I mean, he's nominated, but not in the category that we really wanted him to be nominated. So, I mean,
yeah.
So for mine, so I kind of didn't understand the assignment. I guess I didn't recognize the acknowledge the assignment that we were given in class. So I just went through all of Oscar history. So my honorable mention is the great cinematographer Roger Deakins. He's got 16 nominations. He's only won for 2. He won for Blade Runner 2049 and 1917, which I think we can agree that was very well deserved. But listen to these other movies he was nominated for. He was nominated for The Shawshank Redemption, Fargo, Kundun, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, The Man Who Wasn't There, No Country for Old Men, The Assassination of Jesse James by the Coward Robert Ford, The Reader, True Grit, Skyfall, Prisoners, Unbroken, Sicario, and Empire of Light. So it's a pretty good list of films. And then going through my top 5, number 5, Adam Sandler for Uncut Gems, which is arguably probably his best performance. It's a crying shame he didn't get no recognition for that. Number 4, Amy Adams for Arrival, which I thought was one of her best performances. Jack Nicholson for The Departed. Best Picture, one of the worst Oscar choices in history. Best Picture did not go to Saving Private Ryan. Instead, we decided to acknowledge Shakespeare in Love instead. And believe it or not, my biggest snub of all time in Oscar history, Alfred Hitchcock never winning Best Director. That's on the same level as Del Toro not getting nominated, essentially. So that is my top 5 Oscar snubs.
It's an interesting list. That's a good list. Anything trigger you about mine for talking about this year's?
Yeah, I thought, and let me go back. Let me go back so I can show to the audience. The Frankenstein note I got right here. All right, here we go. So you can see that right here. November 11th, Del Toro Oscar, 7:43 p.m. So we predicted it. But no, I thought your number 1 was going to be Jennifer Lawrence not getting nominated for Die My Love.
Yeah, if I had to put a tie, that's another one that I forgot. I have it written down, but I didn't put it in there. Ari Aster was supposed to be a
honorable mention.
Honorable mention, yeah.
Yeah. So
I think that's just so stupid. That's ignorant.
So yeah, I mean, like I said, I think it's pretty well confirmed that Johnny here's not going to watch, but I'll be watching all 3.5 hours. So I'll come back and report when we do that our 2025 review episode.
Yeah. Speaking of, before we get into today's conversation piece, let's talk about the upcoming schedule. Today's the last episode of January. Next week, we'll be talking about Wake Up, Dead Man. Week number 2 of February, we'll be talking about Good Boy. Week number 3 will be When Harry Met Sally. And in the final week of February, we'll be talking about Citizen Kane, which goes into our IMDb cover piece of the year. And then we will talk about what is at the start of March. So I have those that we will announce in just a little bit. But for today's episode, we are talking all about One Battle After Another. Currently, it is streaming on HBO Max. It is also available to purchase for physical media. It is currently right now a 7.8 on IMDb, a 94% on Rotten Tomatoes, a 95% Metascore, 4.2 on the Letterboxd, with a September 26, 2025 release date. The budget was $13 million, and it grossed a little over $208 million at the box office. When their enemy resurfaces after 16 years, a group of ex-revolutionaries reunite to rescue the daughter of one of their own. Directed by Paul Thomas Anderson, written by Paul Thomas Anderson, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Sean Penn, Benicio del Toro, Tanya Taylor, Regina Hall, Wood Harris, just to name a few. Zach, do you remember the first time you watched this movie, and what was it like revisiting it for the podcast?
Yeah, so went and saw this in theaters opening weekend. I was really super excited about it. Leo, and I'm not the biggest Paul Thomas Anderson fan, but I do like some of his movies, so I thought it was going to be a good combination. And man, I didn't at the time. I thought this movie was kind of overhyped. I think there's a lot of good elements to it, but to me, it was just like I knew walking, I was like, yeah, that's probably going to win Best Picture, but it's not one that'd be like, yeah, I think walking out, I was like, I think we got a couple of better choices than that, to be honest. But on this rewatch, I liked it a little bit more. The gripes I have about it are still there, but they didn't bother me as much. So what about you? This is your first time watch. What were your thoughts?
I watched it twice this weekend. I watched it one on Saturday and one today. And I was kind of the same way after the first watch. Mm-hmm. And I was like, first off, it's been out since September. Go check it out. It's on HBO Max. We're at 23 minutes. I thought it was just okay. I had a really hard time with this movie when it was first over. When it was over, usually I'm like, I either love it or I hate it. Mm-hmm. But I couldn't even really be in between with this movie. I'm sitting here like, I really loved the performances by Leo, Benicio del Toro. I think those two carried the entire film. I don't get the hype with Sean Penn being nominated. I don't appreciate his character or his acting style in this movie.
What about his walk? Everyone's been pointing out his hysterical walk in the movie.
Again, if you've seen I Am Sam, he overdoes it in a lot of stuff. But mm-hmm. I don't know. I feel the same way. Like, I really wanted to love this movie, but I think at the end of the day, I'm just like, it's one fine battle after another.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, I think I agree with you. The performances, Leo, I keep thinking that this is his first big comedy role, but no, because he did Wolf of Wall Street. A lot of people thought that was one of his best performances. I laughed a lot. I think I laughed more in this movie than I did Wolf of Wall Street, to be honest. Benicio del Toro was really good. I even liked the actress who played the daughter, Chase Infinity. I thought she did a pretty good job since this is her first major role.
She did real good. I think she should have got the nom instead of
that was one of the snubs. Is like
Yeah.
everyone thought she would be nominated. And Tiana Taylor, I thought she did good, but to be honest with you, man, and this is probably why she got supporting actress, she's just not in the movie enough to like make any type of difference.
I think her role and character was over the top.
Yeah. Well, and that leads, I guess, that can jump into one of my biggest complaints about this movie is all the unnecessary sex stuff at the beginning. It's just like, what does that have to do with anything? I mean, I kind of get why like you're building this character and like leads into a later part in the film, but it just like to me that was like a big turn off when I was sitting in the theater. I was just like, what? Why are we even doing this?
Let me justify that if I have to. It made perfect sense to me on first and second watch, so you can despise Sean Penn's character even more.
Yeah.
And it goes to the fact of him going to Leo at the grocery store. You got a baby, girl, she white, she black, and then he gets in front of him and he's like, "You like black girls? Love them." And then it's almost like he's sickened to his stomach to say, "I love them" in front of Leo in that scene.
Yeah. Well,
So,
and that also plays into effect later when, again, spoiler alert, 26 minutes in, that the daughter you think is Leo's is actually Sean Penn's.
Yeah.
Which to me, I thought that was a really good twist that you were not expecting. I was wondering, what did you think about that?
I don't think it was a twist at all. I see it coming a mile away.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
So, and I think that's another like negative I have with the movie is because I saw that coming a mile away. I saw that whenever she had the affair with Sean Penn's character.
Yeah.
I was like, this is all going to lead into something that is just completely going to try to be probably over the top.
Yeah. I mean, on second watch, that's kind of one of the fun things about doing this podcast. It's like on second watch, I was able to catch a little bit more. So like when obviously the sex stuff is going on, it makes sense later down the road.
Yeah, but I do agree. Like, I don't think it necessarily had to be in there, but I do back it up on why it's in there, if that makes sense. Yeah. And then the second,
I think you could allude to it.
The second thing I had to think of is why is this movie 2 hours and 40 minutes?
Yeah.
The second time, it's weird. It went by the faster the second time, but on the second time watch, I was trying to see what I could take out.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I knew exactly the part I would take out was the Christmas Adventurers Club. I think you could have cut that entire storyline. It'd just be Sean Penn going after the girl. You don't need the backstory of he's trying to get into this club that's very a very driven by only a certain type of race to run it. It just, I don't know. I think you could have cut that part out.
But how would you have killed Sean Penn's character?
Leo does it, or the daughter does it.
Bob is too wacko. He is too comedical to try to take that into his own hands, I think.
I agree with you, but like during the desert chase, which I think is shot incredibly well. I mean, just going up the rolling hills of the desert, I thought was beautifully well done. When she stops and the assassin crashes into her car, I think that could have been Sean Penn, and the daughter says, "You know, I'm not you. You're not me," and then she takes him out.
The whole cult-like vibes was a little strange to me. And I'm sitting here thinking, like you, why is this in the movie? And it irritated me that this movie is 2 hours and 45 minutes. So I'm sitting here thinking, like, you know, How can we cut it? Let's cut that. But then I think there's a symbolic message behind it on what's going on in today's world. And I do kind of know that this is a movie based off a book that came out about the 60s revolution, right? If I'm not mistaken.
The 60s. Yep, you're right.
So this is about an updated version of the book in today's times.
Yeah. And so, I mean,
Do you think movies should stop trying to be so political, or do you think this is a good idea?
Oh, dude, we could have a whole 3-hour conversation about that. I think. Hold on, keep going.
I just think that certain movies, again, I don't care if it's like political. I think that's a good thing because there's a lot of people like myself who probably my head's not in the news 24/7. Okay, I don't care what an orange Teletubby does from 9 to 5, 7 days a week, even though I probably should.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to sit there and think about that, or else it's going to make me depressed. It's going to make me even more depressed. It's going to have me just feeling all types of ways. So I am glad that some movies are political. That way you can kind of get a feel for what's going on today, or maybe like 30 years ago.
I think there's a place for it, depending on what type of movie it is. But I think if you were to poll the film going community, I think they would agree that they do like meaningful stories that have a place in today's political culture. But there are other times it's like I just want to go see Sinners. I just want to see like a good story that has nothing to do with today's politics. I want to go see The Long Walk or whatever. It's just, it's just one of those things. I think you have to balance it correctly, and most of the time, like this movie came out in September, and there was ICE had been doing their thing since at least at that point. And so it's just interesting, we opened the movie with a detention center rescue type thing or breakout. And it's just like, well, I mean, I know technically that's not the goal of the movie, but it's just very interestingly timed. So.
Del Toro. My favorite part of the movie.
The opening?
Yes.
Yeah. I think honestly the opening sets the tone.
The first 40 minutes to me is like Return of the Jedi. Like, can we please get this over with?
But I would totally agree with you. When Stoner Bob comes into the picture,
it's gold.
High all the time.
It's gold.
It's gold, and I think the moment when they start the chase, I guess technically, when Leo has to like go through the hole in order to get out while they put the smoke bomb down there. From that point on, the movie rolls. And I think the pacing of it is really, really good.
He's like, "What's up, homie?"
And Leo, I thought the whole great bit of the he can't remember the password because he just had years and years and years of drug and alcohol abuse. He's like cussing out the guy on the phone. I thought was like, that's like comedy. That's like great comedy.
Yeah, this movie's a tale of two halves for me. So I think the first half you can kind of, you're like, oh, this is that movie that a lot of people are raving about. And then you get into the second half and you're like, okay, it starts rolling, Don't get me wrong, I do like how, seeing how Leo met baby mama.
Yeah.
But I don't know. And I like how they didn't try to do too much de-aging.
No. I think they use Leo's face like as it is now. They just, made it look kind of gruffer, and I think it's like practical makeup.
Definitely not a Sean Penn fan in this, though, man. I was really looking forward to it too.
Well, and to be honest with you, man, I don't think. I mean, I shouldn't say he didn't have a lot to do because he did. I mean, he's obviously the main villain of the movie, but like overall, he's just basically like, oh, I got to kill every member of the French 75 and get my daughter back, and basically erase her from the story so he can join this like racist group, essentially.
So they say that Lockjaw kills her mom, but we never see her, correct?
No, after Beverly Hills, that's the name of the character. After Tiana Taylor like goes into witness protection to rat out the other French 75 members, she leaves and goes to Mexico. That's literally the last time we see that character. She literally comes back up in the letter that Willa is reading at the end of the movie.
Do you think movies need to tie the loose ends, or do you think you like movies like that? Like this has that you don't know what happened to her. If we're going to be honest,
Yeah.
Lockjaw says he buried her, but it's
well,
like
not that's true or not. Who knows?
Yeah. Benicio del Toro gets arrested. That's the end that we see of that character. What do you think? Do you like those kind of endings to those characters?
I do. I mean, I think I'm so like half and half on this discussion because it's like I enjoy like we get resolution, but depending on the character and depending on the movie, sometimes non-resolution is even better. It kind of builds the mythology a little bit.
What do you like about this mystic non-revolution ending for Beverly Hills?
I like it. I think it is deserving of that character and the fact that she chose. There's that great scene between Leo and Tiana that says, you know, you have a baby. We're a family now. You have a kid. You know, you need to leave this life behind you. And she just can't. She can't do it. And so she'd rather give her life for the revolution or this revolution than than be there and be a mother to this child.
Zach, in the scene where she's in the witness protection program house and Sean Penn shows up and he busts his way in,
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't really read. What did that note say that she left for him?
I think it said something to the extent of, I'm paraphrasing, I think it said something like, F this, I'm out, or like, I can't effing do this, and I'll take my chances, or something like...
No, it said something else about something doesn't pop for him.
Oh, that's right.
What did it say?
No, it sounds like you wrote it down, so I'll let you read it.
I couldn't read. I can't read. I wanted to see if you would say the whole thing over the.
No, now that you remind me of the pop, I remember exactly what the note said. So
that's funny.
Do you think that this is a movie like, dude? Oh, that's something else I want to talk about. So everyone is like raving that this is, you know, Paul Thomas Anderson's like masterpiece X, Y, and Z, and I just, in my opinion,
some other movies,
dude. I don't think it's not better than There Will Be Blood. I don't think it is at all.
It flows better than There Will Be Blood.
I'll agree with you on that. I think There Will Be Blood.
For somebody who's a today cinephile, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think There Will Be Blood is just so. It's a movie that, you know, go back. We did that. We did an episode on that like years ago. I can't remember what we did. But it just seems like a movie that should not have been made in 2007. Does that make sense? It's like something that should have been made or it looks like it was made like in like the 80s, or like The Godfather and all this other those type of movies were coming out.
Punch Drunk Love is his masterpiece.
I still haven't seen that.
What?
Oh, next week.
Oh, yeah, we're not talking about Wake Up Dead Man now.
I didn't see his last movie, Licorice Pizza. Did you see that one?
It was nominated for Best Picture, wasn't it?
I think so. I don't honestly remember.
I have a contractual agreement that I have to see every movie that's nominated for Best Picture. So yes, I did see it.
Phantom Thread, I like that one a little bit. Inherent Vice, I haven't seen. The Master with Philip Seymour Hoffman. There Will Be Blood, Punch Drunk Love, and Magnolia.
Ooh, the Master is really good. I haven't seen Magnolia.
And your favorite movie of all time, Boogie Nights. Just particularly for that last five minutes of the movie.
What didn't pop in that letter?
So yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day,
was it her Pepsi didn't pop for that letter?
Like I think at the end of the day, I don't consider this a bad movie. I think I'll be honest. The first time I saw it, I was disappointed. I was like, really? This is like what all the hype's about? And I don't know. Like it just wasn't at all what I wanted it to be, I guess. So, like, would you be mad if this won Best Picture here in a month or two?
No, because this feels like a quotation movie that would win Best Picture years ago.
Yeah, even though I'll just say if There Will Be Blood did not come out the same year as No Country for Old Men, that would have won Best Picture for sure, and PTA would have got its Oscar, and it would be interesting if he would have been nominated for this.
So let's talk about something else that I wanted to discuss with this movie, is that the score is anxiety driven.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is one of those movies that it's like Punch Drunk Love. If you don't have the score, I think it's kind of just mid. But the score uplifts the performances, and the performances uplift the score. So yeah, I love the score.
Yeah, the score was really good. Johnny Greenwood, who also did There Will Be Blood, so it does have that very intense feeling about it. You're just like, I don't know what's happening, but it just gives me anxiety. There was this very much like this sense of like this impending doom that, in my opinion, never really came to fruition. Well, but that's just me. That's just me, though.
No. So the doom, if you will, would have been a little bit more physical beating up of the people who are getting arrested. I feel like a little bit more. I'm not saying I wanted to see it, but I didn't have that doom of more police brutality.
Yeah.
And
no, I agree.
And the Michael Myers cult, that was like the underground Klansman cult, because that's what they are, and that's what I'm going to call them. It's almost like a 2026 version of the Klan.
Yeah, I mean that's very much.
Who if I sat here today and I was like, gee, that makes me think, does a part of the Klan run today's military?
Yeah, that's our political podcast.
Since I'm getting kicked off of Spotify and wherever you listen to us at, go ahead and donate to us now, because I probably won't have a show next week if I said that. But yeah, that scene and that group particularly made me feel like, is that what Paul Thomas Anderson is thinking?
I mean, that's a very good question. I think that's up for interpretation.
So, but this movie is wild on all different sites, and I do think this movie depending on what the Oscars are like this year, I think this movie is either going to run away with, I don't know. This movie feels like it's nominated for how many? I didn't even have it written down. Damn it, 14.
It has 12 nominations.
So
It said
this,
one of the websites says 13, but I wrote all of them down and I came up with 12. So
this is going to be one of those movies that is nominated for 12, loses all, wins Best Picture,
no, I think
or it's
I
going to
think
win 6 and not win Best Picture.
yeah, that's also a possibility. I think that's the latter. I think it's either going to win nothing. Well, no, I think PTA has got the director award wrapped up, honestly. And I think he'll win Best Adapted Screenplay. But like you said, it could win like 6, including Best Picture, or not win nothing and win Best Picture. So it'll be interesting.
I haven't seen it yet, but I ultimately think that Hamnet is going to win Best Picture.
Hamnet. I mean, I saw Hamnet. I liked it. Do I think it's better than Sinners? No.
I think
Sinners is the one that it's going to win. It has like the most nominations, and it wins like it might win Best Picture, but nothing else.
I think it'll win too. I don't think the Academy is ready to dish out a movie like that winning Best Picture yet. Yeah, even though I think it would be good for the sport, it would be good for movies, it would be good for movie going, and it would be good for just film fans in general if this movie won Best Picture, because it would give some credibility to the Oscars, and you're like, oh man, a popular movie won Best Picture.
I think,
but they're not going to, because of who runs it.
Yeah, but I would disagree with that, just given the fact that Anora won last year. And has anyone ever thought about that movie since? Truthfully,
that's what I'm saying. Like, they're going to continue their trope of, oh, this movie doesn't belong in the Oscars. Oh, say.
It's got to be a picture. Say.
Yeah, that's my Citizen Kane performance in a few weeks.
Right.
So yeah, one battle after another. What did you think of the ultimate demise of Lockjaw?
I thought that was a great last thread cut from the movie. I wasn't expecting that. I thought that was kind of a cool reveal. He gets gassed in his like high classy office, then he gets like cremated. I was like, wow, that's a dark way to go out.
Yeah.
And then yeah, man, I just really don't have much else to say about it. I mean, I think it's a good movie, but I just don't think it's a great movie that everyone's claiming it to be.
Let me ask you the question. Will you ever watch this again?
Probably not. I'd watch There Will Be Blood. I even watch The Master again, but I don't know if I'd rewatch this after this episode. What about you?
I don't know if I'm going to just easy answer without sitting here just waiting. I'm going to say yes. So I will say yes.
Okay.
May not be in full.
You think this will get I know this got like a regular Blu-ray release. Do you think it'll get a Criterion?
No, I know it got a 4K and a Blu-ray release. I'm very disappointed on the Blu-ray release because there's absolutely no special features whatsoever.
Yeah, I heard that. Was there any special features on the 4K?
I did not get the 4K.
Okay. What? No.
Yeah. I put the regular old schmegular Blu-ray in, stuck it in, and no special features. I was a little disappointed. I'm not going to lie, I was a lot disappointed. So...
Oh, the 4K didn't have any either.
Really?
Yeah. So maybe they are saving it for a Criterion, and they'll have like a bunch of special features.
Interesting. Yeah, that's probably our look. Like spend $35 on our Criterion.
Hey, listen, Killers of the Flower Moon is coming out in March, so on Criterion. So, I guess he's going to be dishing out $50 for that. Or I'll probably just wait for the July sale and get it half off.
That's true too.
So, you got any favorite scenes for one battle after another?
I do. I like the scene where he meets up with Sensei, and they have that, scene literally all the way up to the top, and Leo is just so tripped out there, like it's just a laugh out loud scene. There's a scene where Del Toro's telling the kid, "Hey, get off the phone, let's go." And Leo's like, "I'm just charging my phone. I don't want to get off the phone." So that's going back and forth. When Leo jumps out of the car with Del Toro, and he's like, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, go, Bob, go. Like, and Leo doesn't jump, and he just kind of pushes him out. That's a fun scene. And then, like, when Leo sends his daughter off to the dance, it kind of gave me like really big Bad Boys 2 vibes.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, that's gold. So yeah, those are my favorite scenes. What about you?
I'm gonna say the desert chase with the rolling hills. The way that was filmed, I thought was extremely well done. I'd say Willa's hostage, the DNA test, where him and Lockjaw are just kind of like sizing each other up the entire time. I thought those two performances were well done in that scene. And then Stoner Bob, when he realizes that the military is coming after him and he has to like dig it, like squirm his way out of the ditch he's dug while the smoke bomb is coming. I thought that was a great scene.
I was also kind of like, Bob, ditch the freaking bedrobe.
I know, on the rewatch, I was just like, why doesn't he just get rid of the robe? Like,
you look so suspicious with that robe.
Exactly, and like how, like I was just kind of thinking to myself, like, how far would you actually get? Wouldn't that robe just tip everybody off?
Yeah, that's funny. All right, man. Time of truth. Star rating for one battle after another. I'm gonna give this one a 3.5.
Yeah, right on the head, man. 3.5 for me as well. I don't think it's, like I said, I don't know what my expectation was. I guess because it's Leo and it's PTA, I was like, okay, that'd be a cool combination. We've never seen that before. And I just felt like the end result didn't match my expectations, that's technically not the movie's fault.
Yeah, the expectations are way high. They're through the roof. So a 3.5 on, let's say, freaking
performances, cinematography.
Well, I'm just saying, like in general, like a 3.5 is a really good review.
Yeah.
No,
I agree.
But for a movie that the sky was the limit, you're kind of like, eh.
And the use of the Vista Vision, I thought was really well done. There's like a short 2-minute special on HBO Max about like why he decided to use Vista Vision. Is basically to get like the entire experience essentially, and I think that really pays off with some of the driving sequences.
So again, 3.5. If you guys want to let us know what you thought of One Battle After Another, go check it out. Or if you've seen it on HBO Max, let us know your thoughts. So February 3rd, next week, Wake Up Dead Man, the Knives Out movie. It's on Netflix. Go check it out. That's what we're reviewing next week. In 2 weeks, February the... Oh, I'm sorry. I'm kind of messed up. February the 10th, we're talking Good Boy. That's exclusively streaming on Shudder. February the 17th, it's all about When Harry Met Sally. We're talking about that Rob Reiner classic close to Valentine's Day. February 24th, we are going over our IMDb Top 250 discussion, and we're talking Citizen Kane and what some people are calling this the greatest movie of all time. Me and Zach are going to discuss it and go in it in long discussion. So, and then Tuesday, March 3rd, mark your calendars. It is our first 2026 movie. We're talking Scream 7. That's Tuesday, March 3rd.
Oh boy.
And then Tuesday, March the 10th, We're talking our top 5 plus 5 movies of 2025. Zach, we're going to just cut it in. We're going to go in deep, cut it out, get it over with. We're going to talk our top 5 movies from 2025. That is our year-end award show. We're also going to talk our top 5 actors, our favorite actors, our favorite actresses, our favorite director of that year, our favorite top 5 plus 5 movies. So our top 10 movies of 2025. And we're going to talk our top 5 worst movies of 2025 as well. Favorite score, favorite animated movie. So that's all there. Tuesday, March the 10th, best of 2025.
Yeah, man. It's a fun episode for us. I always look forward to that episode, and it's a great. I don't know what's gonna be on your list. You know what's gonna be on mine. So I know Snow White's gonna be somewhere in there. Maybe good, maybe bad, but we'll have to find. You'll have to find out.
Oh God, that came out this year.
Yeah.
And we might have some special guests. We might have somebody pop in. We might have somebody just come in and say, "Hey, this was my favorite movie." It's always one of our big interaction episodes of the year. Emails come flooded up. So let us know what your top 5 favorite movies were from 2025, and we will include them in on the show. So, Zach, other than that, do you have anything you want to add to today's episode before we skedoodle on out of here?
No, man. Go HBO Max it up and check out One Battle After Another and give us your thoughts.
Give us your thoughts. One Battle After Another is over, and it is on to Wake Up Dead Man next week in another new episode of the Cine-Men Movie Podcast.